Hello, this is Gary Champion slash psychic medium. I guess this is two videos in a day, which is unusual for me, but I was having lunch and the lady behind me kept talking about going to see her mother in the hospital before she passed. She'd never see her again. And I had to throttle myself. Don't tell her that her mother will be around for forever. So as I'm saying this, I'm getting a picture of kind of a good explanation for it. That, you see the caterpillar going up and down the tomato bush, whatever you want to call it. He's eating leaves left and right. He's jumping. He's acting crazy. Then things sort of come to a standstill. And he builds a cocoon. He wraps himself in it. And at some point in the future, he emerges as a butterfly or a moth. So a metamorphosis has occurred. This is more how you need to view death. That it's not something that happens, I think, in the way that maybe a lot of people think it does. No one really does. Spirit lives on, body does. At some point in the future, you might get a chance to come back. But people, again, they think that's like, I was Queen Elizabeth or some famous person, and I reincarnated. But I dress like her, I sort of look like her. So no, it's not it. Usually, hardly ever reincarnate within any kind of period that's close to yours. So there's a lot of time passes before you get that opportunity. And for some, it doesn't happen then, even though they're lined up for it. So, and another thing, if you have a relative that has dementia and they don't seem to know your name or anything, that's the body. Within that body, that spirit's still intact. It can detect, it can hear, it can remember things that you tell it. Even though, that's why people in a coma, they say just keep talking to them. They hear everything you're saying, believe it or not, on some level, maybe a subconscious level, but they never lose track of who you are and what you're saying. They know what you're saying. So don't stop talking to people who are having dementia and you think, there's no point to talking to her. She doesn't even know who I am. That's not true. It's absolutely not true. That's the body not being able to respond. It's beginning to shut down. The brain's confused. All the memories that you tell that person while they're in dementia survive past life. So, and nobody gets out of life alive. Everybody's going to die. Everybody's going to pass. But it's a metamorphosis. It's not an ending. It's a new beginning. Now, here's an interesting thing about this. Probably those who are watching this know my website, my channel. They dig this. They understand what I'm talking about. People who wander across this video will say, he's just full of baloney. And once you're dead, you're dead. And if you believe that, then it's not my job to convince you otherwise. That's something you'll have to do on your own. It's more of a male thing than a female thing. Male, if we don't see this pin, we don't believe it exists. Women know things that are not there that do exist because they feel it, they hear it, they know it. And you can't convince them otherwise. People say they're crazy, but they're not. They're actually the most sane people that you'll ever meet. They just are on a different level of sensitivity than the average person. So they sense things that the average person doesn't. I don't know what an average person is. So anyway, I'm having lunch and I'm listening to this lady talking about death. And it seems like I've heard something similar for the last week or so. So I thought I would pass it on to you. Thanks for watching.